The epic and unbeatable at Scrabble. The nerds with attitude!
Took away my victory.
No! I did.
Think about it. He enjoys a peanut. I enjoy a peanut.
He looks nothing like you!
I got myself a notion, one I know that you'll understand.
The soldier from the mountains. So what's the plan? You don't have a plan?
Hey, I'm making this up as I...
We made it!
Hey, Dad! Do the perfect cast!
It looks like you're out of ideas.
Not quite.
Max is on the tip. That's Max. I know
Welcome to the N.W.A. There's your attitude. I am one of your humble hosts, Shin the Hero, aka Walt. I have the boys with me. Above me, I have Flores, Broom, Noah.
Did you say broom?
Bloom, Broom.
I heard
man.
broom too.
I don't care.
All right, go to the next person. That was the intro.
Okay. Above me on the right side, left side, I have AnimusPrime, JR.
Hello, peoples.
And sitting right next to me on my right, left, I have the artist supreme, Mr. Isaac himself.
What up, man?
I want to apologize first. I mean, it might sound like I'm way out of energy and whatnot, but I am getting over something or getting something. I don't know. So I sound a little weird. Also, I want to take this time before we get into the subject, which is you clicked it right. We're talking about top 10 animated Disney movies because I got outvoted. But I want to throw out a shout out real quick to my boy Jacob. I'm not gonna just say his last name or anything like that, but this man, like he's like, what can I say about Jacob? He's a great dude. He's like one of my best friends. He's became from a friend to a brother now. He's like an older brother to me, and I just appreciate everything he's done for me. He's a good dude. Him and his girlfriend Tammy. Even though Tammy, if my throat wasn't hurting, I'd yell. But she owes me like 2 dozen chocolate chip cookies. Pay what you owe. Pay what you owe.
That's a hefty price.
Just because you attractive don't mean you can't give me my cookies.
Well.
But Jacob, you're my boy for life, man. Beanbag boys for life, man. Beanbag boys for life. Now, with all that said and done, with all that shout out the way, we could get into the meat and potatoes of this. You know how we normally do. This is a definitive list with a twist. So how we're going to do definitive list from now until whenever I get a better idea. We're gonna just say all. We're gonna do our list at once, and then for I don't know, maybe an hour, 45 minutes, depends on how ugly the conversation gets. We'll berate each other. Before we get into the list, we have honorable mentions. Each person has 2 honorable mentions. They're just gonna say them, and then we're gonna move on. So, who wants to go first?
Why did we move it to? First it was 1, now it's 2. Why is it 2 now?
Did you not read?
You said it was 2.
Did you not?
I know.
Okay.
I just want to know why. Because when I asked for 2, you had some whole.
Told you.
You cussed me out about it.
I didn't cuss you out about it.
You had a whole big thing. I said it's 1 because it's 1. That's why.
It is because I said so. Okay, if you want to know why it was 2, is because my nephew JoJo, I was doing my list while he was with me, and I was going back and forth. I was like, man, I really want to talk about, I at least want to mention these 2 movies too. And JoJo was like, why don't you just don't do 2? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do 2. And thank JoJo for that.
Wow. So
just
when
like
you
that.
want to do 2, it's okay. But when I say 2, you want to cuss me.
I didn't cuss you. You can ask the
I
other
think
2.
Your voice was just too deep. It has to be a very squeaky voice. It has to come from a young person.
Maybe if you were adorable, then yeah, sure,
Damn.
we would have went with 2.
Oh my god.
But you're not adorable. You want the honest truth. You want the honest truth.
Shot through the heart and your tube.
Oh, look who's singing
I'm so
now.
adorable. You know how many hoes I got?
Okay, whatever. All right, Noah, give me
You're
your 2
insane.
honorable mentions.
My 2 honorable mentions was the Aristocats and Oliver and Company.
What coincidence? Because my 2 honorable mentions are Aristocats and Oliver Company as well. Isaac.
Interesting. My 2. One of them is The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad.
Really?
It's what?
Oh wow.
Oh wow, my back.
And 101 Dalmatians.
I'm sorry, dude. Okay.
And JR.
Okay. Atlantis, The Last Empire, and The Emperor's New.
Oh my god. So I'm gonna ask. Now I'm gonna ask this question for the room, this round table of ours. Out of our honorable mentions, have any of those made your list? Anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. JR's made my list. Both of his made my list.
Yo. I'm sad that these 2 never made my list.
All right. Isaac, any of the honorable mentions made your list?
One of JR's did.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Before we, I know I keep pushing it off. I'm gonna go and ask like a series of questions. This is gonna be like 2 questions per person. And I got the idea from Noah in general, but
You did?
Yeah. So
The fuck did I do?
what I'm gonna ask is your own opinion. This is gonna be your own opinion before the list get revealed. Isaac, who do you think, this including yourself, out of us 4, who do you think will have the weakest Disney list? The list you just gonna downright disagree you think is the weakest.
It's probably gonna be mine. I know how this goes. I'm not that huge on Disney movies in the first place.
Who do you think gonna have the best Disney list?
It's a 3-way tie. No, I'm just joking. I don't know. I mean, you all seem very particular about your Disney list. I guess since I know JR the best, I probably have to go with him.
JR? All right.
Because he's very religious about his Disney.
All right.
I wouldn't.
Oh no! Don't start.
All right. Noah. Who do you think out of the 4 will have the weakest list?
You know, it's funny because I was gonna say Isaac.
Yep, it's definitely gonna be.
Say Isaac. So I'm gonna stick with it. I say it's gonna be Isaac. 100%.
And
who's gonna have
who
the
do you
strongest
think
list?
is gonna have the strongest list?
It's gonna be me.
It's gonna be you.
Yeah, 100%, without a doubt.
Okay. JR.
Yo.
Out of the 4, who do you think is gonna have the weakest list?
Man, I already feel like.
You think it's yours?
Probably like I had 18 choices out of the plethora of all the Disney movies that I deemed to be my favorites, and I keep switching mine up so much, and it's just I'm still not comfortable with mine, so probably mine. Like I know that most people might not agree with mine, but whatever.
Okay. And who do you think has the strongest list?
I honestly, like I don't know like any of your preferences, like
Just
for
from
the Disney
lists that
movies,
we've been doing in the past, just going off something like that. Who do you think would have the strongest list?
I'm gonna go with the dark horse here and say Isaac.
Okay.
Oh my god! Such
Yeah,
fate.
you might surprise me because you already put like one of my honorable mentions in your list, so already you have like, oh shit, he's one up on me.
Oh,
Because I wanted to put my honorable mentions in my list, but I just couldn't find like the room to.
Okay. And I will ask you guys, speaking of a dark horse, which list do you think is going to surprise you? JR. Probably who?
Probably Noah.
Noah? Isaac.
probably no.
Noah 2. Okay. And Noah.
Probably Isaac.
Isaac. All right.
A good surprise or a bad surprise?
All right. Dope. Cool. All right, and you guys know how we don't normally do this. We're gonna say you start from your 10 all the way to your 1. We're all gonna say our list, and then you post them in the Discord chat, so I could have a viewing of them while we berate one another for their list. Because I'm pretty sure that's gonna happen. All right, so does anybody want to go first?
1, 2, 3, not it.
Look, I'll go. Let me just get mine out of the way.
Before I'll just pick somebody from the class.
I'll do.
All right, you have this case. The floor is yours. Give us your. This is Isaac's top 10 animated Disney movies.
My heart is beating out of my chest.
I also before you go into it, I also want you beautiful listener listening. The weakest, Noah said Isaac said himself, and JR said himself. The strongest list.
Who did you say?
I don't matter. The strongest list.
Oh, all right then.
The strongest list is Isaac said JR. Noah said himself because it's Noah. And JR said Isaac. And then
Make me the bad guy.
the dark horse or the shock or surprise, JR said Noah. Isaac said Noah. And Noah said Isaac. So we got some stuff here. All right. Isaac, take it away. This is Isaac's top 10 Disney animated movies.
All right. At number 10, I have the first Peter Pan. At number 9, I have.
Don't say anything until he's done with the list.
And a reminder to everybody listening, just because the movies are at a low spot does not mean I don't like them. These are movies that we all love on this list. Hard to put them on it and numbered on. Where was I?
9.
Number 9
9.
is The Lion King. I don't even know why that one made the list, to be completely honest. Number 8, Sword in the Stone. Number 7, Dinosaur. Number 6, Pinocchio. Number 5, Treasure Planet. Number 4, Aladdin. Number 3, Big Hero 6. Number 2, Emperor's New Groove. And number 1 is Tarzan.
Okay. All right. Now, let me ask you, before everybody just jumps on this, let me ask you, did you pick these 10 movies from enjoyment, or did you pick these 10 movies by these are the movies you love, or are these 10 movies the best movies in Disney's, out of Disney's 48, 58, whatever it is, movies to you? These are the 10 best, or you pick them because you love them, or these are special to you?
I love most of these, and some of them are special.
Okay.
I don't know if they're Disney's best or not, but we'll see.
Already.
Do you guys want to say quick words about his list? Isaac, not Isaac, JR and Noah. Do you guys want to say quick things about his list?
I can't believe you got Big Hero 6 as number 3.
We'll get into that later.
It's crazy to me.
All right.
It's a Marvel.
You got some weak ass movies on here.
I told you my week was gonna be list. My list was gonna be easy.
I can't believe that dinosaurs.
Okay. Noah, go ahead and give me your 10.
My 10? Okay. Let me clear my throat till I'm the best. Okay. My number 10 is Zootopia. My number 9 is Beauty and the Beast. My number 8 is Lilo and Stitch. My number 7 is Treasure Planet. My number 6 is Tangled. My number 5 is Mulan. My number 4 is the Goofy Movie. My number 3 is the Lion King. My number 2 is the Emperor's New Groove. And my number 1 is the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
What?
That's surprising.
That really is surprising.
Look, there's the whale rider of his list.
That's like the Black Cauldron or something coming out of no. Wow. Okay. I will ask you just as I asked this man Isaac. Did you pick these out of love, or these out of favorite, or you think these are the 10 best Disney movies?
Some of them, bro. I really do think my number 1 is like the best. That's like
out of all the Disney movies.
Yeah, 100% the best. The Hunchback of Notre Dame is overlooked. I don't think you guys really watched it since you guys grew up, but I think you guys need to go back and watch it again.
Man, I watched it. I watched it as a kid. I fucking enjoyed it, even though it creeped me out.
Watch it again, man. You gotta watch it again.
Okay, we'll get.
I think the only movie I think the only movie that really like, I put as favorite because I just love it is the Goofy movie. I think everything else though is like I just had to put the Goofy movie in, but everything else I think is solid.
All right. Isaac, you put. Make sure you put it in the. I think it's the cartoon.
Yeah, we did it. Yeah,
not the cartoon, but the movie list, not the cartoon list. The movie.
Too late.
Okay,
what movie
sure.
list?
There's a movie list I particularly made for movies now, but cartoon list is fine. Okay. JR. Oh, well, JR and Isaac, is there any quick words you guys want to say about Noah's list?
I'm mad I forgot Zootopia.
You met.
It's surprising to me that you have Hunchback at number 1, but at the same time, I can understand it.
I can't.
You gotta go back and watch it, man. You guys got.
Yeah, seriously.
No, you gotta go back and watch it.
I'm not.
It's a very enjoyable movie.
Yeah, okay.
You're just uncultured, Walter.
I sure am, I guess. Anyway, JR.
I changed my vote. Walt got the weakest list.
Too late. I already wrote everything down, so I'm sorry. JR, give me your 10.
Okay. Number 10 is Moana. Number 9, Tangled. Number 8, Zootopia. Number 7, Treasure Planet. Number 6, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Number 5, The Lion King. Number 4, Hercules. Number 3, Fantasia 2000. Number 2, Tarzan. And number 1, Lilo and Stitch.
Okay. His list didn't surprise me. I feel like I knew all of this.
As I've asked before, is it through loved, liked, your favorites, or do you definitively believe your top 10 lists are the 10 best Disney movies?
It's the first few, but not the last. Like, I thoroughly enjoy these movies. These are my favorites. I do not believe these are, like, the best of the best. But I enjoy them all the same.
Okay. Alright. Well, go ahead and post your list down. While you're doing that, Isaac, Noah, comments about this list.
Fantasia 2000?
Hey, man,
really?
Put that
I was I was debating about Fantasia to be on my list too. At one point, it was on my list.
He and I have had long conversations in the middle of the night about Fantasia. So I knew.
Oh my god!
Really? I like Fantasia.
I enjoyed
2000.
them.
I mean, I like the first one too, but Fantasia 2000 is the one that's way better.
Fantasia 2000? I think they're both fucking terrible.
Yeah, I mean, and I think Hunchback of Notre Dame is terrible. So.
Oh no, you're just uncultured. You're just uncultured. You know your opinion.
I know why Noah likes Hunchback so much, because he's a troll too.
Wow.
No. I got arguments. I'm ready.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm ready to hear that.
That's fine.
Hi.
All right. Well, now.
Here come this weak ass list, Walter.
Yeah, sure. My weak ass list. So my number 10 is Tangled. Before I continue, mine are just my favorite or the ones I enjoyed the most. I don't particularly care for Disney animated movies in general, but I wouldn't say the movies that I'm about to list are the best of the best. But these are just movies that I particularly love. And these are my favorite, and I have some kind of not necessarily nostalgia, but some kind of feeling for each movie. There was something for each movie that I'm about to list. I have, I guess, like a story, a family-like story, a touching story, whatever you want to call it, for it. But number 10 is Tangled. Number 9 is The Lion King. Number 8 is Zootopia. Number 7, The Emperor's New Groove. Number 6, Atlantis, The Lost Empire. Number 5, Wreck-It Ralph. Number 4, Big Hero 6. Number 3, Hercules. Number 2, A Goofy Movie. And my number 1, which is my favorite movie, no matter any time it's shown on TV or anything, is Mulan. I'll sit there and watch it no matter where it is. I know almost all the songs in Mulan and everything. I just love Mulan, which it killed me for the live action one.
You didn't want to see her fight a witch?
I did not.
Okay.
Can't fight no witch. That wasn't a fight.
It really wasn't. It was just her talking.
But yeah, that is my 10, which I will post in the thing. And if you guys wish to say things, you may.
I didn't know Mulan was your favorite.
Mulan is my favorite.
Yeah, I did not see that.
I kind of figured a little bit. I didn't think it would be like your number one. Also, I have to point out that I did have Wreck-It Ralph and Big Hero 6, but I keep changing the list so much that I totally forgot that I put them in there.
Yeah. So, that's Noah's. Are you putting yours in the movie list too, JR?
Yeah, I'm just a slow typer.
Okay, no problem. Alrighty. Also, you guys know if any movie like overlapped in our list, it automatically made the definitive list. So, like Big Hero 6, for instance, is on 2 of our lists. So it automatically makes the list. The Goofy Movie automatically makes the list. Lion King automatically makes the list. I mean, I will do it as we discuss the list in general, but seeing how many automatically makes it. But the floor, I mean, if you guys want to start on me, that's fine. But the floor is everybody's now, so we can talk about these lists and whatnot, and what you agree with, what you disagree with. But before we get into that, let's go to the weakest category. Noah, you said Isaac would have the weakest list. Out of these lists that have been presented and the ones you see right now, do you believe Isaac has the weakest list?
Okay. Hold on. I wasn't prepared for this question at all.
Shocking.
Yep.
You strongly believe he still has the weakest list.
Damn.
Yeah, I do.
You
tell me why.
Please indulge us. Why you still think he has the weakest list out of the list that have been revealed?
I think you just don't like me.
No, I love you, man. I promise. Man, it's just, man. It's just, he had Sword in the Stone. But I seen that movie like 2 months ago. That movie put me to sleep. I don't hate Big Hero 6, but I think that movie is just so generic and basic. Pinocchio puts me to sleep too all the time.
Oh man, Pinocchio is one of my favorite movies of all.
And I hate Peter Pan.
Peter Pan.
I hate Peter Pan.
Look, I'll tell you why I love Peter Pan. This is what it is about Peter Pan. Peter Pan is a role model. I'm being dead honest. I think Peter Pan is a role model.
To who?
To be able to me. I think, like, to me personally.
Able to grow up?
No, it's to, like, even the whole thing is, yeah, we don't want to grow up, but I took it as like there's no way you can't grow up, but you have to be able to grow up and still keep that like childlike wonder in your life, you know? That's the way I took it. That's the reason I like it. And I want to be somebody's. I want to make somebody feel like they can dream and fly. And
My man kidnapped kids. It took them to Neverland and they didn't want them to leave.
I mean, it would have been bad if they didn't like it there, but they loved it there. So there's that.
That doesn't justify the kidnapping.
It wasn't kidnapping.
That is true. Like, I couldn't really like get over the whole kidnapping. He basically just.
I just did like.
Now fly with me. They were too enraptured by the whimsy to notice like the gravity of the whole situation.
I mean, I guess
There was no gravity of the situation. They were flying, JR.
But I kind of understand like the whole like, you know, no matter how old you get, you can still like be young at heart.
Yeah, you don't have to grow up and give up everything you love. You can still keep it.
And the kids learned that lesson because Peter Pan kidnapped them and took them to a whole nother world and didn't want them to leave.
like here's
Peter Pan out of here.
Peter Pan as a kid, he kind of creeps me out.
I
Like,
mean,
I liked him as a kid, but over time, I'm like, this man kidnaps kids and just keeps them there forever. He's basically like angel of death.
Peter Pan, the character, is
bringing them to
horrifying.
purgatory.
The idea,
Yeah.
and the principle behind it is what I like.
Okay.
I mean, he is Jet.
I understand that.
He's Jet from Avatar. So
Yep.
there's that.
A little
But
bit.
he's done
yeah,
better,
that-
and Jet's just a douchebag.
Oh man.
Not the angst.
We're not gonna talk about Jet though.
I mean,
And what was the other one he said? Oh, Big Hero 6.
That movie.
That one- That's a Marvel movie, so that goes a long way with. I like superheroes. And plus, that had a Stan Lee cameo that I was not prepared for in any way. So that was that made it go a long way for me too. Plus, that movie is gorgeous.
It is. It really
It's
is.
a beautiful movie.
This is a gorgeous movie.
And Baymax is wholesome.
he is.
It's just the overall story
La,
itself
la.
is kind of. I would agree with no. It feels generic compared to like all the other superhero movies.
Oh yeah.
It's just that it has like a Disney spin to it. That's the reason why.
Well,
Which to them makes it a novelty.
well, I would say this. I would say this about Big Hero 6. If they stuck to the comic, it'd have been way weirder than what they did here. And
Yeah.
I enjoyed this a lot, and most people enjoyed it so much where it even got a TV series out of it that continued.
And I
after the
actually-
movie.
Yeah, and I actually enjoy that series.
And yeah, I really enjoyed this
a lot
series
more
too.
than the movie, actually.
So like Big Hero 6, like I said, I mean, Big Hero 6 is pretty great. You don't see Hunchback Notre Dame getting TV series, but
How would you? How would they?
Sanctuary. Sorry.
But yeah. With that said, Isaac, you said you yourself was going to be the weakest out of the four. Do you still believe that?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely believe it.
JR, you said yourself as well. Out of the four, do you still believe that?
I kind of became confident afterwards because I like I love everybody's list. But I like the fact that I put Fantasia 2000 and and Lilo and Stitch like up there, while everybody has like Lilo and Stitch lower.
Oh, Lilo and Stitch didn't even make my list. I didn't even bat an eye at that. So yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Dude, so you don't think you have the weakest list?
No, I don't.
Out of the 4, what is the weakest list?
Oh shit! Don't make me do this.
Say it. I know it's mine.
I have to say it because Dinosaur and Peter Pan. I love Sword in the Stone. I love.
Yeah, I like Sword in the Stone too. I do like that.
I love Aladdin. I love Big Hero 6. Dinosaur and Peter Pan kind of kills it. Even though I myself did kind of enjoy Dinosaur, but looking back on it, it was a...
Yeah.
I just have nostalgia and sentimental value with Dinosaur. Plus,
Yeah, so did I, and then I watched it
I'm still a
again not
huge
long
Dinosaur
after. And it
person.
was...
All right, we can move right along to the shock or surprise and part. So JR and Isaac,
Noah.
you both felt it was Noah. Is this still true?
Yes. No. Hunchback at number 1.
Hunchback at number 1. Like, I love Hunchback, but not enough to make it my number 1.
It's the number 1 movie, man.
And Noah, you
Yes,
said
sir.
Isaac. Do you still think Isaac is the one that shocked you with the list?
Shocked me how trash it is, yeah, but I only said I just in case he surprised me and his list was actually good, but it's not. So
what list did like raise an eyebrow for you or like surprise you?
I said you as well. I didn't expect you. I thought I was gonna be the only one to have a Goofy movie on my list, but then you had yours so high. I was like, oh, okay then.
All right, I love Goofy. All right, and now we will end this with the strongest, and then we can get into these debates and stuff. And while y'all talking among yourselves and trying to figure out these list things, but the strongest, JR said Isaac. JR, do you still think Isaac has the strongest list out of the 4?
Of course he doesn't. I mean, can we just get these asinine questions out of the way? Nobody likes my list.
I like your list, Isaac. I do. The dinosaur. The dinosaur one is the thing that I kind of was like, well, okay. But everything else besides dinosaur, I really enjoy your list because there was some stuff like Sword in the Stone, Aladdin. I haven't even Peter Pan and Treasure Planet. They were all I was wrestling with being on my list, but I just was like, man, I don't know, man. Peter Pan, he kidnapping kids. I don't know. That's a great thing. I really wanted Sword in the Stone though. Like I think probably about a month ago I rewatched Sword in the Stone. And I was like, man, this is a really good movie. But even Pinocchio. Granted, there's some. Me and my nephew try to watch Pinocchio, and there's some parts especially when they get ate by the whale. There's parts in there and like he covered his eyes. I was like, oh man, I didn't know this was one of those type of movies. There's some dark stuff in Pinocchio.
Yeah, the whale thing and turning into a donkey frightened kid.
And I also really enjoyed Tarzan. That was actually number 1 because I was wrestling with Tarzan as well. I wanted Tarzan on my list so bad, but there's just other stuff. Like I said, I enjoy your list. I really do. I really like it. The dinosaur is like, but everything else I really enjoy. Hell, I wanted to put Black Cauldron on my list, but I couldn't find because I think that's a very slept on movie.
Black Cauldron. Is that's the movie with the boy, right?
Yeah.
The boy
the
and
dragon,
that little furry golem looking thing.
But yeah, I like your list. No, don't don't cut your down. Don't put yourself down like that. I really enjoy your list. The dinosaurs, yeah, but everything else.
I love it. Yo, I like dinosaurs.
It's the one movie that kills it.
Everything else, I wouldn't say you have the weakest list, but we're on the strongest stuff right now. I'll go through, I guess, my own opinion for it after everybody's go off. But with that being said, JR, who do you think has the strongest list? Since it's not Isaac, yourself included.
Yeah. I'm very ashamed that I don't see Moana in here.
Well,
I was wrestling with it. Moana be like my number 11 or 12. Like, shit,
yeah,
that movie like right there.
The only reason why it's not on my list is because I haven't seen it.
You never seen Moana?
No, I haven't seen it. So
that is a shame. You should watch it.
That's the only reason why it's not on my list. So I couldn't justify. I know I've heard good things about it and everything. I know it's a very culture type movie and all that jazz, and I know it did big things. But I couldn't justify putting it on my list because I haven't seen it.
Yeah, that's the same thing for like. I can
understand that. I can understand that. But I would say Walt has the stronger list because he has like 2 of my honorable mentions in there, like Atlantis and Emperor's New Groove, and they're just like very like underrated movies that deserves more love and attention.
They are. I do.
So So I appreciate that he has those on his list. So I would say that it is the strongest.
Okay, Noah, you said yourself. Is that still true?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Isaac, you said JR had the strongest would have the strongest list. Do you believe that's still true?
Yeah.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Why is that?
He's got Fantasia on there, man.
He does have Fantasia on there. All right, so I'm gonna go quick before you. I let the dogs out and all that junk. So the list that shocked me the most, at least the number one pick that shocked me the most was Noah's. Hunchback of Notre Dame. I was just like, what?
Really?
Got that Hellfire song.
I guess. I don't know, man.
Man, I can go into it, man.
Yeah, I that one really, I was just like, wow. And I also felt, it also shocked me that not everybody had Lion King up there. As I was expecting Lion King would be like in the top 5 for a lot of people, but it's like really low for almost everybody. And I'm looking at it. Yeah.
It's my number 3.
So
my number 5.
The weakest list, in my opinion, that is very difficult. In my honest opinion, is very difficult because the strongest list, I think, actually JR has the strongest list. I think if you look at JR's list, these 10 movies would probably be. I don't know why Hunchback of Notre Dame, but these 10 movies would be.
Hunchback of Notre Dame
these 10 movies. I would think the only movie I'd probably not say is Hunchback of Notre Dame, and that would be replaced with something, either Big Hero 6 or a Mulan, have you. But I think he has the strongest modern day Disney list. That's just in my opinion. The weakest list, though, that is super difficult because as I'm looking at everybody's list, and if I'm going to just straight off rank, the weakest list to me would probably be Noah's.
Of course, I knew he was gonna say
It's only because of like you got Beauty and the Beast on there.
Beauty and the Beast was amazing.
Nah, it's not amazing to me. But it does.
It's one of the only like animated movies that got nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah,
and like live action and stuff.
And this Beauty and the Beast would be higher. If Beauty and the Beast was higher, then I probably would have said you had the best list. But Beauty and the Beast isn't higher. And then I mean I have Emperor's New Groove on mine, but why is it so high on yours?
Yeah, why is it so high?
Yeah, why is it so high? I don't. That
Emperor's New Groove is the uniquest animated movie Disney ever produced. It's probably one of the uniquest animated movie the USA ever produced. Period.
How is it unique?
It's so memeable.
I mean, there's a lot of Disney movies that are memeable. I don't see where you come from. Where it's
not quite. Look, just looking at the scene where Cusco and Pacha are stuck on the log together, about to go over that waterfall. Man,
that's a meme. It's the most quotable.
The Emperor's New Groove is your run-of-the-mill Disney movie, though.
No, it is not.
Yeah, it is. You have your protagonist, and then the sidekick, and then something bad happens to the protagonist. In this case, he gets turned into a llama, and then the sidekick doesn't like the protagonist. It's your run-of-the-mill story, and then they become friends. Basically, it's your run-of-the-mill story.
Even live action movies do that.
It's the like I said, it's the run-of-the-mill story. A lot of
it's the jokes, it's the writing, it's the animation. The scene where Krunk is listening to his Hell Angel and his little Holy Angel.
That was the best scene.
It's the scene with the waterfall. It's the narration Cusco give throughout the movie. Like he knows he's in the movie. They have great written jokes. They don't write movies. They don't write jokes like they did in Cusco. Like when they was racing to Yzma's lab in the end of the movie, and Cusco's like, "How did y'all beat us here?" And Yzma's like, "How did we beat them here?" And then Krunk pulls out the map. Well, if we really want to know, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense.
They pulled down the map and it showed like their marks.
Yeah, like it actually showed. Like yeah. They tell you, man, Cusco is one of a kind. Like in animated movies.
I guess. Like I said, I suppose. I don't see it personally. I don't personally see it. Maybe if I was younger, maybe I could probably see it, but I don't see it. I don't. And then like most people would probably be angry about Zootopia being as low as it is too.
So Zootopia for me is just how can I say? How can I put this? It's a well-rounded movie. It's just a good movie, you know. It's a great story, great characters.
But yeah, besides the weakest list, that like I said, besides that and even though I like Isaac's list, it's because of the dinosaur thing. I don't never hear anybody talk about dinosaurs.
I love dinosaurs.
I got you. But yeah, I'm gonna let the floodgates flow. You guys can look at each other's lists and berate one another, ask questions or whatnot. You got about 20 minutes to talk about this while I get what's everything common on
you going to take 20 minutes to talk about this?
30 minutes. Go have your fun. Have your fun. Go ahead.
Come at.
Okay. Since that nigga Walter ain't here no more, let me tell you about his trash.
I am here.
Oh, what up, Walt?
Hear you.
Wow. That's a dick move. Good lord.
Oh wow.
Man. There's no Walter's list is so trash. This man got.
Let me look at your list again.
This man got.
I feel like I have some questions for you.
Wreck-It Ralph number 5. I never seen Wreck-It Ralph, so that's why it's not on my list or nothing. I never seen Wreck-It Ralph.
I really wanted to put Wreck-It because it's like one of the few good video game movies.
Yeah, I never seen Wreck-It Ralph at all.
Oh, I'm kind of mad I didn't put Wreck-It Ralph on my list because I enjoyed the first movie very much, but I think the thing that really gets me in that movie is all the the references and stuff, but specifically the part where they're in the bar and you see Ryu back there Street Fighter drinking a beer. I love anytime I see like Street Fighter characters just being normal, it's one of my favorite things. And for Ryu to be sitting back there just drinking a beer and then he just gets up and leave after a while, I'm just like, wow. You really don't fight all the time, do you?
Yeah, it really humanizes them. It humanizes like all of the video game villains we come to know and love. Like you see Bowser, you see Zangief and Bison, and they're all like in a meeting, like coping with the fact that they're villains in their own video games.
That's another thing. Like that movie, Zangief should not have been in that meeting. Zangief has turned the corner. He is a good dude now. He's been a good dude since Street Fighter 4 came out. Yeah,
yeah.
They had Street Fighter 2 in there, and he was a bad guy. He was working for M. Bison at that time.
Yeah,
that's a good point. Although
it's weird that Sonic
Sonic doesn't have an arcade game. You were just getting ready to say that, weren't you?
Yeah, I was like. They have all these arcade games, and what the fuck is Sonic doing in there?
There was talks of Mario, but does Mario? Oh no, Mario.
Sonic does have an arcade.
Donkey Kong.
He had an arcade game.
Nani?
Which one is it? I kind of figured that he.
It's not in the movie, but he does have an arcade game.
Is it like a racing game or something?
No, I mean there's Sonic Pinball. That's actually an arcade game, and then the original Sonic 1 and 2 were arcade machine games too.
Really?
Yes.
Oh god, I can't imagine playing such a frantic game.
And then I want to say this is in Japan.
Dude, your quarters would.
I want to say this is Japan, but Eggman's Bean Machine. Was also an arcade game.
Dang, I hate that Dr. Eggman wasn't in that bad guy meeting. That would have been dope.
I thought, wasn't he?
Was he not? Or was
he? I know he's on. Hold on, I think I have the cover for the Wreck-It Ralph movie, and I'm pretty sure he's in it.
I don't remember. Okay, I have a question. Is Noah still here?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still on my phone.
For you and Walt, and I think JR too. Why do you guys like Tangled?
Because she's like one of my. I think she's my favorite Disney princess.
Yeah, out of all the Disney princesses, she's the coolest. And
like she's the most wholesome,
and she has the best little animal companion thing. That little iguana thing, man, that thing was so
chameleon.
Cool. Chameleon thing, that thing was so when they got, and this is where you get the smolder from. Come on, man, the smolder.
I don't really agree with the animal smolder that much.
Well, the other reason is like when they got Ryder caught down and she pulled out the frying pan and then the chameleon punched her hand like, you gonna get it. I was like, yo, let's go. This thing's a thug.
I would agree with the horse being
and I also like the horse though. I mean, that's old buddy's companion too. I mean, like both characters, like the whole movie in general. I don't necessarily, because I don't like musicals in general, but this was the one that I could sit through, and I really like. I like the spin they did on Rapunzel.
Yeah, I think it was the first that they like ever did the joke where, Ryder refuses to sing, but he's forced to.
Yeah. I think it is. I think this is the first time.
Yeah, and I thought that was the most hilarious thing because the hell they all have to sing. They don't have to sing about every single thing. And then Ryder was like, "Yeah, no, I don't sing." And then all those swords represents Disney like holding a shotgun at him, like, "You better fucking sing. It's a fucking Disney princess movie." Like most Disney princess movies, they're musicals, and only like one or two songs I can sit through without like cringing. But Tangled is the one Disney princess movie where I can sit through it, I can listen through all the songs, and I can thoroughly enjoy all of them because they're really good songs. Like I really love them. I think the second one.
I'm happy none of y'all had Frozen on your list. I would have disconnected from this call so
fast. Yeah, nobody liked that trash ass movie Frozen.
Well,
I liked it at the beginning, but then it got tedious. It got really.
Wow.
They oversaturated on that.
To be perfectly honest, I haven't seen. That's another one of those movies I ain't seen either. So.
You're not missing much.
Let it go.
Don't you? Whoa.
I will disconnect from this call.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
Fuck it all. Fuck it all.
What?
I like that.
Yeah, that's a parody song. Like, fuck it all.
I don't
give a shit anymore.
I don't give a shit. Anyway, yeah.
Okay, cool. I do like the sequel on the fact that it's not as good as the first one.
I never even seen the sequel. Don't want to. Yeah, man.
Also, I would also say this, Isaac. Tangled is the only Disney like princess movie that I've seen all the way through.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've seen part of Little Mermaid. I remember seeing the beginning and the end. I've seen honestly none of Snow White. I think I've seen it, but I think that glazed over on that one. Cinderella, that was another one. I think I remember seeing the ending. I know how that ends. Even Princess and the Frog. And I saw that in theaters. And I fell asleep. So
wow.
There's all the princesses. Tangled is the only one that I've seen all the way through. Besides Frozen, I haven't seen Frozen, so there's that. And Moana. Moana's a princess now, ain't she?
Yes.
For some reason,
I think
probably.
So.
Yeah, I haven't.
I know they joked that she's not.
Yeah, I don't count Mulan as a princess.
But is she a princess?
No, she's not.
She's not? Because I thought she was.
I thought she was a princess.
Yeah.
They're trying to make her one, but she's not.
Like her, the chick from Brave. Her, the chick from Brave, Pocahontas, and there was another one.
Pocahontas not a Disney princess either?
I don't know. I don't.
She's a chief's daughter.
I don't know
the
logistics of it or anything like that. But I just know the chick from Brave.
The
chick from Brave.
She's a princess.
She's a princess.
Yeah, they just don't advertise her as such because she doesn't fit the mold as like a legit princess.
Yeah, her, Mulan, Pocahontas, and there was a fourth one. That
the girl from Wreck-It Ralph. They call her a princess.
Yeah, she is a princess. That's
she
not,
is.
That's not her.
Yes.
That's not the one I'm talking about.
Should be. Give other people a chance.
Oh,
The
man.
official
Princess
canon
Leia?
Disney
I don't-
princess list.
Oh god.
I'm at it
Oh,
says
no.
canon, like they got non-canon Disney princess. Oh my god. Yeah, they got Mulan as a Disney princess on here. Yeah.
She's not a
But she's not technically a princess.
I thought she was. I thought she became a princess when she married what's his name.
He's not a prince.
He's not even a prince. He's
But isn't
just
he
the
like
general's
some type
son.
of? Yeah, isn't he like some
General's
type of?
son.
No, I thought he was some
Doesn't
type of
make him a
royalty.
prince.
Didn't
No.
they formally make Princess Leia a princess?
I believe so too. Yeah.
Who's Princess Leia?
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Oh, I was still thinking Disney
You
movies.
mean who's Princess
My bad. I was thinking like Disney princess
technically.
animated movies. I was, I was like Princess Leia.
I don't remember seeing that movie.
Like, what Disney movie? I was like, what Disney animated movie is that? What y'all talking about?
That's from Dinosaur, man.
The Leiasaurus.
But y'all can continue on with the talking about list and all that junk.
Look, I will defend Dinosaur for a quick second. It's not a great movie.
Okay,
I will fully admit it's not a great movie. But that was one of the first movies I saw when we were still living in Belgium, and I went to see it with my mom. I was still like very deep into my dinosaur craze, which has not worn off in 20 something years, so I'm still deep in it. And I remember what was the part where they were all fighting against the Carnotaur, the T-Rex looking thing with the horns. And then the one dinosaur started to roar, and then the other one came up, and then the whole herd started to roar. I was like, this is dope. I love it. Plus, I think I got a lot of dinosaur toys. I'm looking at a Velociraptor on my bed that I got because of Dinosaur, not from Jurassic Park.
Oh my god.
They're not even qualified as Velociraptors.
Oh yeah, they're Oviraptor.
Listen,
I can't remember.
Listen, I don't dislike dinosaurs. It just didn't make my list. I do like the movie. It just didn't make my list.
Like when you started talking about like that scene in particular, and then I'm remembering other scenes that I admit they are pretty impressive to look at. But like I'm thinking about the story in itself, and it's just them trying to find water, and there's like this.
No, they're trying to find a new home. Period.
Yeah, they're trying to find a new home, and there's like at least one or two of these sharp tooth.
Not the shark tooth.
This is not little Land Before Time.
It kind of reminds me.
It's a better dinosaur movie, but continue.
Dang.
Wow. But yeah.
Plus, the
whole thing about him being raised by these lemurs, I thought that was kind of dumb.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that movie is not weird. That movie is hecking weird.
Now, the only other thing about the dinosaur thing that I was getting confused, because when he said dinosaur, I was like, is he talking about We're Back, a dinosaur story? No, he is not talking about that. He's talking about that other dinosaur movie. I was like, oh, Disney did make this.
Yeah. Plus, what was it?
Because We're Back, the dinosaur movie is great.
It was at the beginning, and it was just like peaceful and everything.
Yeah.
And then I can't freaking dinosaur's name. It's Carnage something. And he came bursting out of the trees and made everybody run. I was like, I had to cover my eyes during that part. I was so young, I was terrified of this thing. That thing gave me nightmares. And then, was it? I'm pretty sure this is the movie where they had to survive the asteroid hit, right?
Yeah.
And how they did. I don't even remember how they did survive that.
The asteroid hitting was one of the most traumatizing moments for me as a kid, because before that I don't think I knew about what happened to the dinosaurs. I just knew dinosaurs existed at one point. I saw that movie and I remember talking to my mom afterwards. I was like, is that really what happened? She was like, yeah, that's what they say. I was like, that's terrible. And of course, at that point, I was like, who would do that? Who would do that?
God.
I was quite traumatized. I was like, why'd they do that to the dinosaurs? It was very sad.
Well,
I
have everything counted for and everything. So, if y'all have any more to say about list and all that junk, or questions about anybody else's list?
Excuse me. So sorry.
So Noah, why do you hate Fantasia 2000?
Back when I was in 4th, 5th grade, they made us watch it in music class, put me to sleep. Then I got in trouble because I fell asleep during the movie. So fuck that movie.
Okay, yeah. If I got in trouble for it, yeah, I'd hate it too.
I mean, it's not the movie's fault.
It's the movie's fault. I was like, so she's like, we gonna watch the movie, and I was like, oh yeah, this is the best part of school right here. And then she put on that bullshit, and I was like, what the hell is this movie? I don't want to watch this.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching this as a kid, and I enjoy even more watching it now. Like they're beautiful films. They're very artistic films, I would say. So
I couldn't do it. You'll never see. I remember to this day.
2000's the one at the end where it shows like the lady. The nature lady, and then the volcano erupted.
Yeah, that. I'm not gonna lie. That when I saw that as a kid, that Phoenix Firebird thing scared the crap out of me.
Oh yeah,
because of how like he woke up. Like you see like this like she's going inside this crater, and you see like a protrusion, like a rocky protrusion, and like she's going up to it, and she was about to touch it. You kind of see a semblance of a face in the rock surface, and then all of a sudden, a big eye opens up, and the music just. I'm just like, oh shit!
Yeah, it was scary.
Yeah. it was to watch. My favorite one to this day is still Rhapsody, and like the New York one. And I love the music. It goes well with what the story was telling.
Why is The Hunchback of Notre Dame the best movie? No.
Okay.
I'm curious too.
So, one, I think it doesn't get enough credit as it do because one, it's beautifully animated. Some of the shots they animated is just beautiful. The story itself, the intro of the whole movie is probably like one of the best intros ever. When it goes to the kids just listening to the what is it called? He's a jester. I don't know what he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A jester.
The music, listen, Heaven's Light and then Hellfire. The way they could have had those songs totally separate, but since they put them right together, back to back, it was a great.
It's poetic.
It was a great contrast to like the whole because
the story's about who's the monster and who's the man. You would think you'll have Quasimodo, who looks like a monster, singing about the hellfire, and you think you'll have the judge singing about Heaven's Light, but it's actually the opposite. Quasimodo is the kindest person you ever meet, while the judge, the person everybody looks up to, is the most evilest. man in the world.
He was a creep. He's a total.
Yeah. The adult themes in that movie is crazy. Like that is not a. I also think that's not a kids movie. I don't think kids will appreciate the movie.
It is shocking that he sang a whole song about wanting that lady.
Yeah, like, oh man.
I mean, she was a Jezebel, wasn't she? Wasn't she a prostitute for
a
real?
gypsy lady? No, she was a.
No, she was just a she was just a performer.
Oh, I thought she was a prostitute. Okay.
No, she just performed. Oh no, right? No, she just performed for the crowd. So.
If she was a prostitute, that movie got way darker just then. Wow.
No, she was she was just gorgeous, and he advanced on her, and she rejected him. And he got mad because he thinks he can just have everything.
Is she gorgeous? Can she get it?
Yeah. I mean, you tell me, Walter. Can she? Can she walk?
Is that her name? Esmeralda.
Esmeralda. Yeah.
Esmeralda.
I honestly don't remember what she looked like. In all honesty, all I can see is that man, Hunchback Melcher Don.
I mean,
and his lazy eye and his hunchback. That nigga.
I wish I could find the still shots for some of the
that
scenes.
Nigga ugly, but yeah.
How dark the movie was, man. The music itself, it's everything, man. Yeah, people really sleep on that movie, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really a shame.
I guess.
The dark themes. I don't know why Disney think this was a kids movie.
Black Cauldron has just as much as dark themes in it as Hunchback Melcher Don.
Black Cauldron.
They were trying too hard to be.
Black
tried
Cauldron
too hard to be dark.
Disney, dude.
Yeah, it was the first movie that they made after Walt Disney's death.
Yeah,
I think it was. Yeah, so they were struggling. Really.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I seen the Black Cauldron like once. And that was a long time ago. I just don't remember it. I gotta watch it again.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I gotta give Hunchback Melcher Don another try, I guess, because I don't see it. I remember every time I've tried to watch Hunchback, either it does not hold my attention or I fall asleep.
Oh man, the scene, man. Some of the still shots of them, just the scenery and stuff, is just beautiful.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it. Mm-hmm. I will take your word for it.
Say people really sleep. The storytelling. My favorite part is really when Quasimodo sings his Heaven Light song, then it just instantly transitions to the Hellfire song. The storytelling, it's great, man. You really should give it another try.
Yeah,
I'll give it a shot.
Like Hellfire is like one of my favorite.
I guess is like later down the road we could probably do a top 10 Disney songs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
Hellfire is one of the probably greatest villain songs ever. He literally says Hellfire, Darkfire. She will be mine.
Be mine or you will burn. Like something like that.
He literally asks for God's forgiveness. And then after the song is over, he literally faints. He literally falls to the floor. So that's how powerful that song is.
Okay.
He face plants.
Just boom.
JR. Why is Lilo and Stitch your number one?
I remember watching Lilo and Stitch with my sister, and I remember we were both we both fell in love with the movie right away because I think it was the first time I ever seen anything as unique and as quirky as the movie was. Lilo is this strange little girl. She's very different from how you see most people, and they kind of ostracize her for it. And it really lands home that message. It's okay to be weird. It's okay to be different. and I like that. And Stitch himself, I love his design. Like, he's cute but menacing at the same time, and it's so hilarious, and it's a beautiful movie. Like, the whole story, and like all the alien designs that they have is very very playful and unique. Yeah, I just love every single minute.
Plus,
J-
Lilo beat the crap out of that little girl.
JR, not JR, but Isaac. Why is why is Tarzan yours? Your number one.
Why is Tarzan my number one?
Yeah.
So many reasons. I remember. I know for one thing, the first time I watched it. Did Craig leave?
I think Craig left.
Don't mind him. Just keep talking.
Okay. Tarzan. At the time I watched Tarzan, it seems like anytime I watch a movie that has to do with some kind of animal, I'm enraptured with that animal at the time I see it. So I was enraptured with gorillas at the time.
That and King Kong.
That might have been around the same time.
Yeah.
I must have seen King Kong or something around the time I saw Tarzan for the first time. But with Tarzan, it was a mixture of like the music for one thing. What's his name? Phil Collins.
Phil Collins, yeah.
Put down magic when he made music for that movie.
To the sky.
It was magic. Just the movie's gorgeous. I like the whole idea of Tarzan, like, traveling with this troop of gorillas, and most of them being okay with him, and he kind of exists alongside them. But there's always a few gorillas who are like, yeah, he's not one of us. And then for him to have to fight for his place in the troop has always been inspirational to me. The way he skates on the vines during some parts is incredibly cool. That's probably why I like how Spider-Man does some stuff, and it all kind of blends together at some point. Just did I already say the movie's gorgeous? I already talked about the soundtrack.
Yeah, it's
I can
gorgeous.
talk about those things all
I'm
the
not
time.
gonna lie though, when I played Kingdom Hearts the first game, I hated Tarzan's level. Oh man, I hated Tarzan's
Yes,
level.
Tarzan's level in the first game is garbage.
Yeah. Well, also the Little Mermaid.
Oh yeah, I hated that too.
God.
Oh god, I hated that.
Especially the music. I just hated the music.
Yeah, I did.
Because it's just under the sea over and over and over and over again. I just like, shut up!
Didn't like that.
And then the part where the gorillas and the elephant find that camp and they make that song. That song is amazing. I can't remember what the name of the song is, but that song's incredible.
I don't think there was like.
I don't think it has a title.
But
There was no singing. It was just scatting like jazz.
But can
Walt,
Jane
if you
get
say
it?
what, I
Can
think
Jane get it?
Yes. You know what? Yeah, I think Jane.
Yeah,
I think Jane.
she's cute.
She's hot.
Oh yeah, I meant to ask. And Lilo and Stitch, can the sister get it?
Yeah.
And the lifeguard.
Yeah, she can.
Okay, that's
She
all
really can.
That's all I need to know. All right.
Nani?
Well, I guess we went through, the important parts or anything like that. Noah and JR, I do want to ask this. How come Aladdin didn't make your list?
I honestly was thinking. I was thinking that it could have been, but then I don't know. Like I look at all the choices that I had in my like top 10 nominees, and Aladdin just didn't really cut it with all the other ones. I love Aladdin. It's enjoyable. It's gorgeous. I love the songs and everything. But I just like all the other ones better.
Cool. Noah, is he still here? Is he muted? He probably took that phone call. Well, okay. Well, if anybody else doesn't have anything else to say about any other list, we can go into making this definitive list. That cool? Everybody cool with that?
I'm kind of scared.
Let's get this out of the way.
Yes, no, maybe so. Okay. All right, so what I did was I got two lists. I got what's not on the list and what's on what was all, at least two people had it on their list. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 movies that are common between all four lists. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 10 movies that are not common. Those 10 movies that are on this common list is Fantasia 2000, Moana, Beauty and the Beast, Wreck-It Ralph, Atlantis, The Lost Empire, Peter Pan, Sword of the Stone, Dinosaur, Pinocchio, and Aladdin. After a very, very long and arduous debate and chat, we finally agreed upon the N.W.A. definitive top 10 Disney animated movies. Take it away, Isaac.
At number 10, we have Zootopia. At number 9, we have The Lion King. Number 8, we have Tangled. Number 7, we have Treasure Planet. Number 6, we have The Emperor's New Groove. At number 5, we have Big Hero 6. At number 4, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Number 3, we have Mulan. At 2, we have A Goofy Movie. At number 1, we have Tarzan.
Down below, in the comments, like we always do, tell us your top 10 Disney animated films. Tell us if you agree with this definitive list or whatnot, or if you agree with any of our list. If you agree with any of our list that was said throughout this talkcast thing. As I'm trying to pull up right now, there was a by the tomato Rotten Tomatoes, they did a ranking all the Disney movies. I forgot about Doug was one of them. So,
Doug?
Yeah, but Doug's not even in their top 10. So
Doug was a movie?
Yeah.
Doug?
Yeah. So
Disney?
Yeah. So for the tomato meter, for Rotten Tomatoes, their ranking of the Disney movies. At number 10 is Fantasia, the 1941.
Oh,
Number 9 is Aladdin. Number 8 is Moana. Number 7 is Cinderella. Number 6 is Dumbo. Number 5 is 101 Dalmatians. Number 4 is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Number 3 is Zootopia. Number 2 is The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, 1977. And number 1, anybody want to guess?
Lion King. Beauty and the Beast or Lion King?
Isaac.
Is it Frozen?
And JR.
Oh my god. Oh man. I would have to say Lion King, but I feel like it would be Frozen.
It is the one and only Pinocchio.
Hey, wait a minute. That's what I'm talking about.
What? Oh my
And
goodness.
that is their top 10. And there's a couple of other notable things, but that's the one that is the most notable one for a list anyway. Again, if you agree with our list, let us know. If you don't, I mean, if you do agree, drop us a thumbs up on that, and hit the subscribe button. If you don't agree, you can also hit that thumbs down button. That's even more. Bad publicity is good publicity.
Yeah, this is good.
I'm dying. Anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for listening, and we will catch you guys in the next heartfelt, definitive top 10 list.
Lord have mercy.